All right, everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. I wanted to do this reading today because, first of all, thank you for all of the lovely birthday well wishes. I really appreciate that. You guys are my tribe, so thank you very much for remembering and chiming in. It's great to see all your names. Like, I have seen some of your names for years, so thank you for being here. Super duper. I don't know, just honored to have you guys. All right, so thank you for being here. Let's talk twin flame today. I want to understand what's going on. I have had, let's see, at least a week of crazy dreams. I don't know about you, and I've been paying attention to the astrology. We're having a Mars Saturn square, which is very challenging, and can be activating some kind of masculine energy because of Mars, right? Like Saturn is saying, hey, have you done your work? It's kind of what I'm seeing. So anyway, Mars and Sagittarius, it's a fire sign, fellow fire sign, and that whole deal. But honestly, like, that feels tough to me, really tough. So let's get going. What's going on with the divine partnership right now? That's my intention. I just saw the divine feminine card. What's going on with the divine partnership? What is happening? One announcement, if you're interested in the spiritual business class, that price is going to shift to the 2026 price on December 15th. So you've got a few more days if you're interested in joining at this lower price. Courage, Camille. Oof, wow. New life. Holy moly. Earth, new earth, and trust. Okay, so I'm getting this feeling, there's some kind of confusion around the masculine letting go of the physical representation of them, because divine masculines are definitely they're not all about the 3D. They're not like, oh, they're not ascending. No. They are leading in the 3D realm right now, and the feminine is balancing that. So you're going to see a lot more compassionate masculine energy, possibly through 2026. 2026 is going to be very challenging. I've done, in my pure Sagittarian form, I've done readings for each zodiac sign. You can find them on the channel. There's a playlist. For each of the zodiac signs for 2026, the astrological and the tarot messages for you. I am going to do a series of 2026 readings. The mid-month of December is going to be a different kind of reading. So it's not going to be 12 readings, 12 videos for the zodiac signs. I'm going to put them all into one video. And then that'll give me more time to be able to look at the astrology going forward into 2026. That's really what I want to do. So, all right, let's check out the collective for the twin flame right now. What is happening? Okay, look at that. Look at that. The sun card. Sorry if you're got your eyes closed sleeping or something like that, but it's the sun card in this deck. This is the sun, moon, and star deck, which I love. 4 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups. There's something about masculine holding on to power. Okay. And the 7 of Cups is confusion. There's confusion between in the collective here. The Queen of Wands leaning into creativity. Definitely the Sun card, the Leo energy there. 4 of Cups, Knight of Swords, King of Cups, and the Universe. So I'm just going to clarify that. Oh, look at that. Knight of Cups, the Star, and the Knight of Wands. So there's definitely something about moving forward. I'm getting all of this energy of moving forward. The Knight of Swords and the King of Cups, movement, right? Movement with thinking and movement with feelings. There's this healing energy from the Star in the middle there. It's a beautiful card. And then there's the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So it's not this. This has been what has been happening because of the masculine trying to hold on to some kind of power. And even in the connection, right? And the masculine is aware. They are aware now. I'll pull some cards for masculine and feminine. I'll go deeper in the extended. The masculine is aware that the holding on to power and creating confusion in the connection is creating stagnation in their own life. Okay, it's creating a lot of stagnation in their own life. So here they are coming quickly, the Knight of Swords and the King of Cups, into some kind of ending and new beginning. That's what the Universe card is. It's a in other decks it's called the World. Okay, so it's the final card in the major arcana. So there's definitely a cycle closing. We are having a lot of energy at the end of Pisces, which is the final sign of the zodiac. And so there's an ending and a new beginning. And then we're having this healed, right? The star is a card of healing and hope in terms of moving forward. Let's clarify a little bit here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's not a timing card. I feel like this masculine desire for power has created stagnation. Now you can extrapolate that out to the world and be like, yeah, the masculine overuse of power in the 3D has created stagnation in economies, in people's lives, in the way that you're able to do anything these days. Like you could sell your house, but then where are you going to go? Right? There's just like this stuckness feeling. That's not really a word, but it's fit, right? It fits this situation. So the 4 of Cups is the stagnation awareness. All right. 8 of Cups, Lovers, King of Wands, baby. And then the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, good. So there's a movement forward with trust. It's taking some courage. That's what this card is. Queen of Wands. Courage. Leo. And this is Leo too, the Sun card. That's beautiful. This says to me that once the masculine, let me get a timing card here. Let's see. We'll use the little timing deck. All right. Okay, in time for Scorpio season. Might have already happened. The awareness anyway. Okay, so between Scorpio season, which we've already been through, and by next spring. So the astrology is kind of bearing that out. Okay, the astrology is saying that we are closing up old cycles. So nothing really new can begin until we do close out these cycles, until we have like the endings that we are in need of, the closure that we're in need of. And remember, you don't need other people to get closure. You just need to get to a level of peace with something. And someone asked on Pathfinders last week, they've been out of a relationship for a year, a very, very long relationship, admittedly, maybe almost 30 years. And they asked about like, why am I not at peace yet? It's been a whole year. I'm like, well, long relationships take longer. Okay. It's just a fact of the 3D life. But in terms of your own personal growth, a lot of times they take longer because we're not aware that we're hanging on. And not to say that this person is still wanting a relationship with that person. There's still quantum entanglement between the two. And I feel like the quantum entanglement between the twin flames has to do with masculine power. Okay. And this confusion that is created when the masculine uses sex for power or uses their presence to control things or something like that. Now, this luxury card does make me feel it's the 4 of Cups that is absolutely about stagnation. Sometimes you got to just let a cycle play out. Okay. Mars square Saturn. Mars is, and we're going to have Venus square Saturn. We're going to have, because Saturn is in the end of Pisces. We have all of these planets going through the sign of Sagittarius right now. The Sun Venus and Mars and Mercury. Those are all going to square. And we've just had Lilith in Scorpio. So Lilith is kind of like this too, right? Lilith is about the power of the divine feminine to take action on her own behalf. I feel like that might have happened as well. The feminine might have taken some kind of action. King and Queen of Wands. I like this. The masculine has to walk away from power, from creating power that seizes up anybody else's ability to grow. The masculine is needing to let go of power. Okay? Relinquish power, because it's a kind of power that drives things into the dirt. It doesn't, it's not growth oriented at all. All right. So by next spring, this is going to be completed. There's going to be a shift into this healed masculine energy with this Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And, that's both love and passion. The choice is to up level. The choice that they're being presented with is like level up. It's going to take work. Got all the knights here now. Knight of Pentacles. That's Virgo energy. So it's almost like, South Node is going through Virgo. It's almost like the South Node past life stuff is being cleared out by the masculine of their own energy, of their own experience. This is past life stuff. This is like about Caesar and about the masculine domination and about, all of the male popes and all of the, relinquishment of like a stranglehold on power throughout history. There have been a lot of matriarchal societies too, right? Indigenous populations have matriarchal societies. Egypt, there's a lot of them, right? There's a lot of them. So let's look at masculine, but currently we're dealing with this masculine power structure. So left is feminine, right is masculine. So for the masculine, let's get a few cards. Where are they? Where are the masculines? The Sun. Nine of Pentacles. Lovers. Wow. Six of Pentacles. The Devil card. Isn't that interesting? There's the Four of Pentacles. Again, the power and control, and the Nine of Cups. So the masculine is seeing the feminine, right, in their glory. So the masculine does have a happy energy around seeing the feminine right now doing their thing. The feminine is making choices. Remember what I said about Lilith? Lilith was the original wife of Adam in the story. And she left. She didn't get kicked out. I've been saying she got kicked out of Eden because she wanted more power and control for herself. But she actually left. And so they brought in Eve, who was much more compliant, propping up the patriarchy, I guess. So this is really about the sense that the trade-offs, something about trade-offs, that the masculine traded off having equal power with masculine, feminine energies for domination and control, and they're driving it into a ditch. And so the masculine is saying, the divine masculine is saying, I want something else. I want something better. So divine masculine is really leading now. When you see the masculine embracing compassion and empathy, embracing love, embracing joy, more equity, when you see that masculine, and you're going to see more of that masculine, that's really the masculine in this collective that's leading. And the power and control is going to be fading. All right, it's going to be fading. Why is the power, or how is that going to happen? Why is the power fading? Three of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant, and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has embraced her masculine. And I feel like there's something about Okay. On the planet, I'm sure you've heard the stories about the loneliness epidemic among men, which is, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, there's something here about the divine masculine saying, if I really want to be connected to my divine feminine, I'm going to have to work through that. And so embracing compassion and love is really what it's going to take. And you know who's telling him that? Queen of Swords. Okay. So this is not coming necessarily from a place of, well, all feminine energy has embraced compassion and empathy, especially those of us on this twin flame path. The masculine on the twin flame path is struggling with, I don't know how to be masculine without this domination and control. And that's what the feminine is teaching spiritually. Okay. The feminine is teaching that to the masculine. Where is the feminine right now? The devil energy there. Okay. So that's jumped out. Strength card. There it is. A strength. We got Leo energy here. Forecasting for something completely shifted by Leo time. By next spring, this will have started, or this will have taken hold. Okay, Knight of Swords, Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Moon, the Eight of Pentacles, and the outcome is the Hanged Man. So the feminine is really just energetically waiting. The feminine doing their work. I feel like there's a lot of rage that the feminine is dealing with in her own life and her own kind of experience with the masculine. That's the emotion that is going to create movement. Mars square Saturn is rage. Okay. And I feel like the masculine has, when we move into Capricorn season, we've got the devil here twice. When we move into Capricorn season, there's just going to be this time to put work into this, time to put effort into this. Relinquishing power. I can't show you the devil card because there's nudity on it, but Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. It's like 10 of Pentacles, right? It's time to relinquish this cycle of power and control. It's time to relinquish this cycle. And I feel like that's happening. Okay. So the timing here is in time for Scorpio season, which has already kind of gone by next spring. This is not really spring, but February 20th, we are going to be having Saturn and Neptune introducing themselves at 0 degrees of Aries. And that is a big deal. Okay. And that does open the door for this big shift next year, a healed shift. Okay, so let's go deeper. I'm going to look at what we don't see coming. Let's get some kind of timeline energy. Let's figure out what this new life is going to look like. That'll be interesting. Okay, link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.